We live in a time when innovation and creativity are the path to autonomy, success, and unlimited potential. But our education system is trapped in the industrial age. We are still being fed the story that job security equals freedom. For many of us, that just isn't good enough. Every week, I'm bringing you the stories and experiences of entrepreneurs who don't accept the narrative that there is only one path to success. Their entrepreneurial journey is allowing them the freedom to prioritize both their businesses and their families. They are intentionally building a legacy to lead their family into a new era of innovation and growth. This is Our Modern Heritage Legacy Secrets, and I'm your host, Jody Chafee. All right, well, welcome to the podcast today, Kathryn Jones. She is the #1 best-selling author, certified internet marketer, ClickFunnels Dream Car winner, and funnel design guru. She's stronger. Wait, what? She's no stranger to the speaking world. She's speaking at Funnel Hacking Live.
And I'm stronger. Yeah.
That's right. She is speaking at Funnel Hacking Live in 2020, which I'm so excited to go to, and sharing the stage with Russell Brunson. Jones has pushed 6 figures of revenue in 90 minutes selling her product, CF Design School. Through CF Design School, she helps students design aesthetically extraordinary funnels that are visually engineered to convert, all without coding. Okay, that might be something we go into a little bit, right?
Sure.
Awesome. So excited to have you, Kathryn. This is so awesome. It's such a privilege and honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this. I'm so happy we made it happen.
Good, me too. So, you started this amazing CF Design School, but it didn't start there, right? You were doing like funnel design and if people don't know what a funnel is, like go look that up if you don't know, right? We're not going to go into that. But I want to know more, like what inspired you to even take this path of entrepreneurship in the first place?
This is such a good question. And okay, yeah. I'll tell people what a funnel is in one sentence in just a second. So if you're like, wait, what does this chick do online? Don't worry, I'll teach you. But I think that's such a good question. Yeah, my entrepreneurial journey started quite a while ago. And I was going to school. I was studying film, and I actually went and I served an 18-month-long mission trip for my church in Los Angeles. And so I was really fortunate to see a lot of the film world, because I came home and I was just so disenchanted with it. I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I don't think I want to do film. And, but I came back and I had seen a lot of things in LA. And, and so, the millennial in me was like, I don't want to do film, but like, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm a millennial. So I want to help people, like such an idiot, but I'm being honest. This is where we're at. Entrepreneurship was like nowhere in the realm of even that things I knew really existed. And I just was like, well, I'm a poor college student. I need to figure out how to make money. It's easier to help people if you have money. So I started reading like a bunch of personal finance books, which turned to investment books. And what's so crazy, Jody, like I didn't even realize what was happening at the time, but I like these people's books I was reading and websites I was going to, like they were retargeting me and like sending me ads or like emails. And I remember I just didn't understand it at the time. So I was like, what is this wizardry? I'm like, how are they finding me? Like I'm reading their book and they're on my Facebook. Like I'm such an idiot. But I didn't know. I didn't like know how it worked. But I'm so grateful because they started sending me emails to buy their course on email marketing or on content marketing or on how to build a WordPress site. Like I just was so intrigued by this. So I started buying these courses, and I don't know if you've ever had that moment where you're like, I don't know what's going on here, but like, I feel like I want to know what's going on here in terms of like the internet. And so I started taking a bunch of courses, and I eventually got into kind of online business and internet marketing and passive income. And when I started to learn these things, and again, I'm like in my dorm room with like 3 other roommates and like just like obsessing over this stuff. But when I started to learn this, it just resonated so deeply, like this level of like almost obsession. And I think the reason was because I grew up, I'm the second oldest of 8 kids. There's a lot of kids in my family, but like somehow my parents did it right. And like, we like each other, like we're friends. And I just like respect my parents, and I always wanted to be like them and always wanted to have a family of my own. But at the same time, there is this like huge pull to like take over the world. And for a long time, I didn't know how those worked together, because I had never seen it modeled. Like, what did it actually look like to have significant impact inside of your home and out? And I think for so long, that concept, there weren't a lot of applications for what that looked like. And so when I discovered the internet and online business, I was like, oh my gosh, like if I'm smart about how I build this thing, I think I can do it. Like, I think that I really can be a super, hopefully one day present mother and a really present wife, but also at the same time have significant impact in the world. And again, this like level of obsession, I was like, this is awesome. And so I just like dove deep and took a bunch of courses and took a bunch of courses, got certified in stuff, was launching courses, doing marketing consulting. I launched a best-selling book. And then along the way, I discovered this concept called funnels. And essentially what a funnel is, it's a series of web pages that are strung together that just kind of hold the customer's hand through the sales process. And what that does is it eliminates overwhelm from having too many products all at once. And at the end of the day, it increases what they call your average cart value. People buy more when you give them less choices to make. And by kind of breaking apart product by product on each web page, you're able to do that. And so as a very like systems freak, when I was given this framework, I was like, I lost my mind again. I was like, this is the smartest thing I ever seen in my life. And so I actually became a certified internet marketer specific to funnels. And I started an agency and was able to sell a lot of and push a lot of stuff through there. But I realized there was this huge gap in the market and in my skill set specifically in terms of like, I'm making these funnels, but they look super ugly. That's number one. I was like literally embarrassed to sell what I was selling. And also they weren't converting. And before I knew the statistics, I think instinctually I was like, I know that I need to have better design for greater credibility. Like I just knew that.
Right.
But then interestingly, after doing a deep study, it's like Google's come out with studies, Stanford's come out with a study. It's called the Stanford Web Credibility Project that teaches that people determine the credibility of your website in half of a second. And over 90% of what they're judging is your design. So like, you could have the most amazing product in the world. You could be the gurus of all gurus, but like if your design is subpar, like you lost the game. And so the answers that kept coming for learning the skill of design kept being like, well, you gotta go to coding school. Or like, you need to go like become a master at the Adobe suite, like Photoshop, Illustrator. You need to go back to college. And I was just like, I don't have time for that. Also like, I don't want to do that. Like in my heart of hearts, I am a marketer. I'm not a designer. Like I just want to know how to make this thing work. And so I think as a product of stubbornness and wanting to really like hack the system, I was able to identify that design, it's crazy, Jody. Like it's not actually an art. It really is a science. It's a series of steps to take. It's a series of decisions to make, and it's a series of tools to use. And once I discovered that, and recognizing that design in itself, just like everything I'm obsessed with, it's just a system you do over and over and over again. I was able to apply my business, my client's business, and then honestly, like due to popular demand, I put it into a course called CF Design School to show other people how they can design websites and funnels that are visually engineered to convert and make them more money. And it's been really fun. We're just changing the world one funnel at a time ever since.
I love it. That was so many awesome nuggets in there that I'm like, what? That's awesome. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I mean, just that you're able to take this time to study it and to develop yourself, but in a way that you're going, I want to make an impact. You know, this is like you wanted to make a difference, right? Yeah. I mean, don't we all want to do that? But so many of us, when we get into this place where we already have a family or we already are distracted by going, I want the relationship first, then we don't take the time to take care of ourselves or the things that we want to make an impact in.
So true.
You know, and so that's really amazing that you've kind of like cracked this code of going, I can do it all. You know, there's so many people going, I don't know if I could do parenthood and a business, and they're afraid of one or the other, you know, and, or family and business, you know? And so I'm so inspired by your story that you just like, I just wanted to do it. And so I did. And, you know, it's awesome to hear that your story is just awesome. So, you know, you said that you're thinking about your future family, and you were the second oldest of 8 kids, but like,
Mhm.
was there anything in your family, in your background, that were they entrepreneurs at all, or were you inspired by them? What was it in your family that's
Such a good question. So I'm actually really blessed. My grandfather was like a pretty serial entrepreneur, started a ton of
uh-huh.
businesses. A lot did not go well. A few did moderately okay, and one did awesome. So weird metrics. And so my family, like my dad and my uncles, they all kind of built that up. And so like pretty entrepreneurial. But my older brother, he really was a pioneer in terms of entrepreneurship. He, like back in like 2011, 12, when like the internet was not as popular, like having a thing online, like he dropped out of school and started doing SEO. And I remember the time, like my parents were like, I think he's gone crazy. Like what has he done, you know? And I was like so blessed by him. And he, like, we have such different skill sets. He's way more data driven. I'm way more marketing storytelling driven. But he's an absolute genius. And so I was so grateful for that. So grateful for that. And like grateful for, yeah, just to be able to like just to even go through it, like, am I crazy for wanting this and all these different things? And so I think that was really helpful. And I've been so blessed, like, to have I mean, like, I was raised by a very strong woman. She's tough, and like in the most complimentary of sense. Like, that woman is a rock. She's amazing. And um she is a voracious learner. And it's really interesting. I don't know how much interest she has in like business. I actually asked her the other day, I was like, would you ever want to start a business? She's like, I don't know, maybe one day. But like, that girl's always reading books. She's always learning skills. Like she could build you an armoire in like an hour and a half. And you're like, I don't even know how to use a screwdriver. And I'm like being serious about that. And so like, anyway, so she's just like amazing. But the actual application of what it looked like, I mean, my mom, she stayed at home with us, and like she built this amazing culture and this incredible home. But like, I didn't know logistically on the ground, hour by hour, what does it look like to do both. And anyway, I've been really grateful to find some mentors in that space ever since then. But I think one of the greatest lessons that I was like so fortunate to learn was, like, long story short, dating a guy, really great guy, but just super traditional. And so, like, you know, my desire to take over the world, he was just like not about it. And I remember one night, and we got pretty serious, and he said, you know what, like, I have to be really honest with you. I question your ability to mother because of your business aspirations. And I was taken back by that. And, you know, I tried to be chill and ask some follow-up questions to figure out if he really meant that, or if he was just like an idiot and said something stupid, you know? And no, he really meant it. And he really was like, you can't, like, if you're going to be the mother that you should be, then like you can't have anything else going on outside. And just like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he's a good guy. And like, we just wanted very, very different things. But to have somebody that I loved see what I perceived as like some of my greatest strengths and genius to be something that he wanted to like kill, like squander, like,
Yeah.
it was devastating for me. And like in my head, I was like, that's wrong. Like I knew it in my head, but like when somebody that you love and trust that much says something like that to you, like, it just messed me up. And so it really did like send me into this depression of sorts, where all of a sudden I was like, are the things that I desire, are they good? And am I wrong? And like, I grew up in such a religious upbringing and such a family centered home that like, was I selfish to want more? Like, was that wrong of me? And again, like in my head, I was like, I know that sounds nuts, but like, you know, in your soul, you're like, it just tweaked me. And I'm so grateful that it like sent me again into this like depression, but that also was a catalyst for some of like the most amazing, and I think like divine gifts that I was ever given of understanding. And so I like went crazy deep into what does it mean to be a mother and a parent, reading parenting books and things that religious leaders have said, and big names in the space. And what's really interesting, Jody, like the general consensus, like one of the principles that governs the behavior of a mother is she is to nurture. Like that is the word nurture. And if you study the word nurture, one of the definitions of nurture is to enable and provide opportunity. So literally make able what they couldn't do before and give them opportunity. So I finally feel like I get clarity on this motherhood thing. And then I'm like, okay, well then let's look at entrepreneurship. And like, if that dude I was dating was really right, what really is so at odds with entrepreneurship with nurturing? And if you look at entrepreneurship, do you want to know what it is? It's enabling and it's providing opportunity. Like it's the exact same. And once I understood that motherhood or parenthood was essentially synonymous with entrepreneurship in terms of I'm playing the same game, the application is just different. And that what I do outside the four walls of my home is just a catalyst for propelling the goodness and magic inside of my home and vice versa. All of a sudden, like this huge perspective shift came to me where it's like, I'm not splitting time. I'm not doing two things. Like I'm on this quest to enable and to provide opportunity. And that's the end of the game. And like, again, I say this with complete understanding that I know that when my children actually come, I'm about to get rocked. Like, I know that. I absolutely know that. Like,
there's no way to truly prepare for motherhood.
Exactly. I'm a woman with no children as of this moment. So like, I get the principle, but like, I really, like, I'm going to be calling you, you know, like I really will. And so I say this recognizing that there is a lack of understanding in the actual day to day. And I'm like so excited to learn that, but I do think that the principles are the same. And that, and that the statement of like, I'm just a mom, that is like,
that's so frustrating to
you
me.
have superpowers pulsing through your veins.
Yeah.
And a woman who is changing diapers on the daily and putting out fires and dealing with temper tantrums is so much more equipped than a woman like me who has no children to enable and provide opportunity because of the reps she has. Like she literally has superpowers pulsing through her veins. And again, like once I was able to understand that correlation, that what I'm doing is not two things. It's a single thing. It's a single movement. It's a single objective. It absolutely shifted the way that I operated in every facet of my life, whether that was business or dating relationships or relationships with my family. It wasn't, I'm going to do this and this. It was, I'm building my life for the opportunity to nurture.
Wow. That was incredible. I love the way that you spelled that out. That's awesome. Because yeah, there is this whole idea like, if I'm just a mother, then I'm not doing anything. And there's also this, I have to divide my attention and time. But your example of your mom spelled that out really well too, because like you said she created this culture, you know, just by being a woman who studies and you know, just devours this and wants more knowledge, you know, and just the fact that you even know this stuff, I'm like, you're like leaps and bounds ahead of so many people who start their family and going, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, you know, that's incredible.
Again, I feel, thank you. I feel honestly, like I look back at that experience of that boy that I'm telling, I really genuinely thought I was going to marry him. I really, really did. And like the shock of how he really felt about me and what I wanted to build, like it was so acutely painful and for such a long time. But oh my gosh, like I look back at that, what a gift. Like it was such a gift to like so abruptly be faced with this this question of who are you going to be? Like he forced me to figure it out. And at an age when I was 24, 25. And I think that's a question that a lot of people well into decades older than me are like still trying to maneuver. Yeah. And granted, like I'm always learning, I'm always growing, but like, oh my gosh, like really what a gift that was for me.
Yeah, you're so on track for just how much power you can bring to your relationships and to your family because you care and because you have this knowledge and experience. And that's so cool that you were able to take this like this punch to your gut and go, you know what, I'm going to make something out of that too. You know, I mean, that says a lot too about you and your character. And I really believe that, you know, what you bring to your family it's who you are. And if you aren't willing, you know, if you don't develop yourself, you don't do this stuff, then what example are you going to bring? What well are you going to draw out of when, you know, your kids are saying to you, I want to create something or I want to become something. And you're going, I don't know how to do that, you know, or something, you know,
totally.
And that's what I've totally been learning that lately, how it's like entrepreneurship isn't this, I need to divide my skills or my time. It's actually developing who you are, and the skills and the creativity and those things that's just becoming more of who you are. So I love the way you spelled that out. That's so awesome. So when you think forward now about your family or even, I believe that will happen for you, right? We want to experience having a family. You have that desire.
We're gonna find that Mr. Right. We're not afraid.
Yeah. But even if it's just the impact that you have on your own family or your own community and your tribe, what is the legacy that you want to leave?
Oh my gosh, what an amazing question. If I hope that the legacy I lead and hopefully inspire in others, the most power I've ever found in myself or been able to instill in others, way more than tactics, way more than internet marketing formulas, has been aligning with the truest version of myself. And I hope, I hope my children and I hope my clients and I hope my students will always say, that girl knew who she was and she never wavered from it. And I think that truly, more than money, I think the person we are is way more impactful than the products we produce. And I hope to leave that legacy for sure.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kathryn. That was awesome. And so where can my audience find you and connect with you? What are your social links we can find you?
Totally. Honestly, the best place is Instagram or YouTube. I'm a big vlogger. So both the handles are the same. It's Miss Kathryn Jones, MSKATHRIN, and then Jones, on YouTube or on Instagram. Both of them, come hang out with me. I would love to bond.
Yeah, she's awesome. So you're going to see how awesome she is. Go check it out. Cool. Thank you so much, Kathryn. So that concludes the first portion of this interview. Thank you so much for listening. But I have to tell you that this is just the beginning. There is more to this episode inside of my Facebook group. I hope that you'll go and request to join that community because it's awesome. There's more podcast content that's exclusive to the group. There's also giveaways, live Q&As, and you can come and ask questions and take part in this awesome community. So please come and request to join at facebook.com/groups/familyculture-strategies. You can also find my page on Facebook at facebook.com/familyculturepodcast. And I'm at Instagram on the same handle, Family Culture Podcast. So I hope you'll come and follow me there and join in this movement to create an intentional family culture around being entrepreneurial and integrating and prioritizing your family as you grow your business. So come and join me there. I hope to see you there. You can also come find my website at ourmodernheritage.com. Thank you so much. And remember that if you want to change the world, go home and love your family.